Hey everyone, wanted to talk to you today about pine beetles and pine trees. I have a big beautiful pine tree here behind me. Pine trees and pine beetles, unfortunately, are everywhere in central Mississippi right now. If you're watching this video, you have some interest in pine trees, either because you just love the way they look, or maybe it's really close to your house, or maybe your neighbor just got some cut down and so you're like, hey, maybe I need to learn about this. And so I'm going to try to do that for you real quick. So pine beetles, there's different kinds of pine beetles that attack pine trees, and they'll kill the tree, and then you have to get it cut down because a dead tree, you can't let that just stay hanging around. So the question right now, this is the end of October 30th, 2023. We got freezes coming in the forecast, so do we really need to even worry about, this is an insect. Insects don't typically have activity in the cold weather. Well, I talked to an entomologist from Mississippi State this morning with that very question, because I've read articles and have learned about pine beetles some over the years. But I wanted to go straight to the source of my friend and colleague and researcher there at Mississippi State, and he said that if he had a pine tree in his yard right now he was concerned about with pine beetles, he would definitely spray it. And the reason for that is because pine beetles do stay active even after 2 nights in a row of 30-degree weather. It takes really cold, elongated cold weather. The bigger deal he was saying is moisture. Moisture is what's going to drive whether or not pine beetles are an issue. In other words, that's going to drive whether or not you need to treat them or not. Because it'd be great if, hey, freeze, slow down the insects, don't have to worry about them anymore, but that's just not the case. And here's one cool thing about pine trees and pine trees preventing pine beetle activity in them that I really enjoy talking about and appreciate that this is how pine trees work. So pine trees have sap in them, you all know that. A healthy pine tree will ooze out a pine beetle that's boring into the bark. So beetles, they bore into the bark. You see these little things of popcorn, we call them little popcorn frass that comes out as the tree's defense mechanism, and it basically oozes the beetle out when the tree is healthy. If it's not healthy, in other words, in an exceptional drought, which we are currently in, it's not healthy enough, it doesn't have enough moisture, enough sap to ooze the pine beetle out. And so what's going to merit a treatment right now is the fact that there's not enough moisture to keep for the pine trees to naturally defend against the pine beetles. And so that's why treatment's necessary. That's why we're making this video, is because unfortunately right now it's just something that's happening. It's something that we can't help with, and we're thankful to be able to do that. It's not going to be 100% effective in that we can't say that this is going to 100% protect your tree. What we can say is it will stop their current activity. It will kill the beetles that are currently active, but unfortunately a lot of trees are already infested more than what you might realize, and so our treatment can't go back in time to reverse the damage that's already been done to the tree. But what we can do is prevent any other trees that either haven't been infested yet or maybe just started. They've just started their activity. And so that's where our treatment comes into play. It's a lot better to pay $30 a tree than it is to have to risk having to cut down the trees if they do get further infested. And so if you would like help with that, please reach out to us. We'll be glad to help. And thank you for watching this video.